Imagine instantly knowing if your next video would flop before you made it, and then being given a better idea that will be more likely to generate you sales and views on YouTube. Well, this is the reality we now live in, and AI is doing that for me right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you some tools that are going to save your time a ton and help you generate more income from YouTube. So let's start with our first AI, and that's going to stop you wasting time and making a video that won't generate you views or sales. And I guess the best way to think of this is like it's guardrails on a bowling alley. So most people, when they make a video, they kind of throw the bowling ball as hard as they can in the hopes that they're going to get a strike and some sort of result from it. But this kind of spray and pray approach means the ball often ends up in the gully and they wreck their views and sales, kind of just guessing what their audience wants from them. What this AI does is it puts guardrails up on your ideas, your thumbnails, your titles, your scripts, your sales copy, your offers, your emails, everything, by using data to advise you on how to tweak pretty much anything that you do to only work for your dream clients, your dream buyers and viewers, meaning every video will grow your business, not just waste your time. So to show you how this works, what we're going to do is feed an idea into it that I've come up with for my own channel now that I kind of know sucks. And then this AI is going to first say how good the idea is based on what's going to grow my business. It's then going to score it so we can instantly see like how good or bad it is. And then it's going to give some optimized title ideas based on what it knows gets me views and sales, nothing else. And then it also brainstorms some ideas for the content based on what it knows makes me money, which is flipping amazing. The thing is, you can also use this same AI to tell you why one of your videos flopped. Ideally, you use it before so it doesn't happen though. So check this out. When you are raging about how unfair YouTube is, I'm going to put the flop in and it's going to say exactly why it didn't appeal to my viewers and suggest some changes, and it's spot on. I can also put in my sales page copy and say roast it, and it comes back with a reason why it's going to turn off my target viewers and target clients, and the same for all of my emails too. Now at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what this AI is. I've not stopped using it for weeks, and honestly, I just can't imagine life without it anymore. Now the next use of this AI, which is saving me, I don't know, like half an hour to an hour every video I make, works like this. So once the AI has given me the guardrails for my idea, we can take a title it's approved and said is safe for generating sales and say, okay, write me an intro. Now, because the AI is kind of custom built for every user, what happens is it injects you into the intro. So here we can see it spat out 3 personalized options, and then I can just pick the best intro for my video. But what's important to note is it's used the language that your ideal viewers really want to hear, not just anyone. So it optimizes an intro for maximum appeal to your target buyers, and this is what I'm seeing generates the most sales and leads right now. Now, I'll often edit these afterwards, but that intro is still better than 99% of the intros I see online. But if you want to write your own intro still, and I do nearly all of the time still, what you do is you can put it through the guardrail test afterwards, and it will give you feedback based on if it's going to put off your target viewers or not. So there we are. This can basically make anyone write intros to what I'm saying is a B+ level. Most people, especially beginners, are E. So you can progress years pushing a button. This next AI I used to do something in 30 minutes that usually takes me a day or two. So let me show you how this works. And it can be used for tons of different things, not just what I'm about to show you. So I needed to hire a new team member, and it was one of those really important tasks that I just didn't want to do for some reason because, well, writing a job application and building an application form and going through the applications takes ages, right? It's not very fun and it kind of pulls me away from the thing that's actually going to grow my business, creating profitable videos and working on my product, right? So I picked up my phone and I verbally just brain dumped what I wanted to do into ChatGPT 01. And then it gave me some instructions on the best way to lay out my job application to filter people. So selecting candidates became something that was just much faster, and it did an amazing job. The thing is, I looked at that and thought, that's going to take me ages to build in a Google form. So I fired up ChatGPT operator and said, build this job application in Google Forms. I pasted it in and I watched it build the form for me. I didn't touch anything. It was like a ghost was doing my least favorite task. And it also used features on Google Forms I didn't even know existed. It's the best form I've ever made, and I didn't make it. The thing is, I put it out and got about 40 people applying, but then I realized, I shot myself in the foot here. The application was kind of long and meant vetting it would take ages. So I thought, hang on a sec, let me just see if AI can pick the best candidates for the role. So I let it know what mattered most to me, and then I fed in the answers from the forms, and I asked it for the top 5 candidates. And it told me to hire someone called Rusa. Now, at this stage, I had a bit of a moral dilemma because these people had put quite a lot of time into filling out these forms and they'd done all the tasks I'd asked. So I thought, look, I can't do this. I've got to give them the time back and check out their work. So I did. I spent the afternoon manually going through them and I came up with 3 candidates that I thought were the best. I emailed them, got it down to 2. I had Zooms with some of them. And guess who I hired? Rusa. It was absolutely spot on. So this isn't just about hiring people. This AI is about asking yourself, what am I about to do that I don't want to? And how can I get AI to do it for me? Brings me on to the next way to use AI, which generated me thousands of emails in a few minutes work. So one of the most critical things you have to do if you want to keep viewers engaged is find ways to show them the problem they have and then show them how to solve it. If you can do this, you give them light bulb moments and you make information feel new, which converts to sales and gets your videos more traction. So I wanted to make a video to show viewers why they needed to improve conversion rates on their landing pages, not just get more views. But I was struggling because in order to show them the problem, I wanted to build a calculator they then put their monthly views into, and it would say, this is how much you should be making. But I didn't know how to make that. So I got ChatGPT 01 model and said, this is what I want to do. How could I build it? I can't code. And it tells me to do it in a spreadsheet and then spits out the instructions on how to build it. But I looked at it and I thought, oh, I don't know how to do this either. So I just fed it to ChatGPT operator and it built the whole thing for me. And I used it in the video and then I told the viewers they could download it if they wanted to try it too and ended up with thousands of emails. Now, it didn't do a perfect job. I had to fix one thing with the spreadsheet, but my gosh, are we on the verge of getting rid of tasks like this forever? Which brings me on to another way to use AI to earn more and work less. So I have a problem. Then I can't just pump loads of people into my program because we provide a lot of support and I don't want to overload it. Now, one solution to fix this is always just to build a bigger team, right? But I'm not a manager. I'm just a guy that likes making stuff. So having a big team doesn't excite me. And this is why I have no full-time staff at all. And I know this is not very business-like, especially from someone teaching people to grow businesses, but I'm in the game for the love of it. So I only do the things that I love. So the fun challenge I have is how can I grow a business and provide the best service I can and continue to improve things to make my clients' lives easier and easier without needing more and more people? Now, obviously, I'm still hiring people like Rusa, but I have doubled my turnover and have halved support inquiries from clients. And it's not because I'm ignoring them. So if you have clients or a program or a course, it's likely what you're going to find is 80% of the questions you get asked, you've answered a million times. So if you want to scale without bloating, do this. Just write down the biggest problems your clients have and the most common questions they ask. But that's step 1. We then, if we can, we go a bit deeper. So if you're like me, you might have a chat room with tens of thousands of messages from clients in that you've built up over time. What I did was I downloaded the entire chat history and I used AI to analyze this data to try and discover what questions were asked the most, the top problems people had, the biggest areas of confusion, which chat room had the most time spent in it by them and the team and myself. And getting this data then revealed the number one issue that people struggled to work out was their niche, then how to position their channel to bring viewers back and generate sales, and then writing. So I spent a few days building an AI bot whose sole purpose was to work out their niche for them and tell them how to position their channel around it. This AI bot has been a complete game changer. I've had comments from my clients telling me it's the best thing I've ever done, which is a little offensive because it's not pretty cool stuff. But, but the result is that number one issue that everyone used to struggle with is now not even in our top 5 asked questions. I'm not saying I've totally eradicated it. It's still a complex thing, but it's a heck of a lot better. But not only that, 6 months ago, I was spending about an hour a day giving feedback in the client intro feedback room. But now, thanks to AI, it's about 10 minutes because all clients do is use my AI feedback coach and then they submit that output to us. And instead of having to explain them everything that's not working in their original script, they're writing these absolutely amazing pieces where we just look at it and go, maybe delete that line. And yeah, you're good. That's it. So because of the success of this, we have an AI for email feedback, one for general FAQs, which I hate to admit, but it's actually better at answering most of the questions it gets asked than me because it doesn't get tired and it's not dyslexic, so it can actually spell. Now, before you think, oh, Ed's gone all AI, because people think I'm wearing these glasses because I'm an AI avatar. No, our product, our support, nothing is all AI based. The human element is still critical because AI is not going to spot everything, whereas the pros will. So this is about using your expertise to get your clients faster support, which they love, and then checking that support and then leveling it up if it needs it. And that brings us on to the AI I showed you at the very start. What is it? Where did it come from? Well, After about a year of just non-stop playing with AI, I've proven that it can get my clients leveled up faster, get them on start, take them from E level to B+ level on intros. And now I'm turning all of the bots I showed you into one that we custom build around their own unique situation, so that we put those guardrails up on their channel to stop them making the common mistakes that put their buyers off and their viewers off. So what I showed you at the start is a custom AI I've built for my program. But the reason I want you to see this isn't because I'm trying to make it some showy ad, although I do like to show off a little bit. It's because there's a really serious question you have to ask yourself right now. And I honestly think this is the difference between making millions and going to zero over the next 2 years. So when I was a kid, a parent complained when my school bought a computer. I remember them arguing. They said, "You should have brought library books instead. This thing's a waste of money." And then when the internet came out, they said it would never catch on and that nobody would ever make card payments online because it was clearly a scam. And I remember sitting with Dad and he bought something with a card and he instantly called his bank to make sure it was okay, because we were both like, what is this thing? Then social media blew up. And people laughed at me for vlogging a trip to Japan and putting it online. They said, "What are you doing, you weirdo, just walking around talking to a camera?" And then when Bitcoin appeared, everyone said, "Oh, this is a dumb idea, it's going to zero." Look at the patterns that have repeated itself over the last 20 years. We have had multiple trillion-dollar opportunities, and all of the people who got in early, who are often not crazy smart people, just kind of curious, made millions, whilst everyone else told them it was a scam and a fad and would never catch on, and it wasn't actually good enough to put the time and effort into yet. So right now, if you're not trying to implement AI into your business and your channel, you're just putting yourself in the "I'm going to get in too late and then regret about it later" club. AI is just not too early to be useful right now. It's so good and it's only getting better. You just need to be using it now so that when it hits the next level, you already know how to use it. And then when it levels up again, all of the systems you built with it suddenly get even better without you having to do anything. So where do you start if you don't want to join the billions of people who are going to sit there going, "I wish I'd got in on AI"? Well, just write down the top 3 problems your clients have and ask AI one by one to help you come up with the ways to solve it. So I use ChatGPT 01 model for strategic thinking and 4.5 for creative thinking. And then just write down the top 3 problems you have in your own business and do the same. And then just get used to chatting to it like it's a coach that you would pay a lot of money to talk to. I talk to AI 3 to 6 hours a day now. I don't even type to it. I voice note it on my app, or I get my Mac to transcribe everything I'm saying. So this is just getting insanely fast, but it's critical to note that we need to continue the human element in our services. The future I see is AI doing the brunt of the work, the humans kind of supporting it and then adding their take on it. And if you're like, "Oh, I think I need to take this more seriously now," then watch this video next. It's going to give you some more AI tricks you can use right now, and they're a great place for a beginner. Please don't sleep on it. You've been warned. Raubab.